My approach to studying relationships from a scientific point of view has really been multifaceted. I think relationship researchers have a bigger tool bag of techniques by necessity than any other group of researchers in social psychology. On my part, I've done many a study that looks at simply correlating, observing how two people in a close relationship react to each other. We've studied that over time, including periods of years in terms of how things change, how people's perceptions of each other change. And we call this a correlational design. Relationships researchers have been at the forefront of pioneering new statistical methods of how to actually analyze these very complex correlational methods, so that many of the foremost scientific developers of methodology and statistics have come from this field. So that it's a very technical domain, even though the average person on the street might think, oh, studying relationships is sort of a fuzzy thing, we can just get people's stories about how they relate to each other and so on. That's patently not true. Now, on the other hand, I'm a social psychologist by nature. What that means is I believe that we need to move into the laboratory and to do experimental research that goes hand in hand with this correlational research. So to give you a quick example of this, in studying the notion that people who are having difficulty trusting their partner will become very cautious, I've observed that by studying married couples and looking at how confident they are about how much their partner cares, and then looking at their descriptions of their behavior about how when they're worried they become cautious and become more distant from their partner. Then I've taken the same questions into a laboratory, into the lab, where I'll set up the situation so that people have some cues that would spark some of their worries about whether their partner might really love and care for them. I'm then able to see whether I can produce these same results right in a laboratory setting where we can capture the same sort of set of feelings of running away from your partner when you feel worried, right in the laboratory setting that's completely controlled. So as a social psychologist, what makes me feel most comfortable is to somehow bring quite different methods together in a way that zero in or triangulate on what we're studying. So I also think that's one of the most exciting parts of this field, a part that you just don't see in many other areas of social psychology.